Nintendo has finally come through on what they were trying to keep a secret for so long. I've heard all the rumors about a Super Mario 35th Direct for the anniversary, but I could not believe it. I thought it was too cool to be true, We had heard nothing about it all year, and I was just eager to find out if it's true. So I think it's pretty cool that Nintendo has come out and surprised everybody with these announcements. First starting off, the Nintendo Game & Watch Super Mario Bros., the original 1985 classic that started it all. Well, I guess if you don't count Donkey Kong. But this Super Mario Bros. Game is probably one of the coolest to have, especially on a small. Wait, it has the Lost Levels too. It also has Super Mario Bros. 2, both full games in your handheld, just in your little pocket. I think that's pretty awesome. It goes back to Nintendo as a company, for Nintendo making the Game & Watch specifically for busy Japanese businessmen to pass the time while on a subway ride or a commute to work. And so it's pretty cool to see Nintendo just pay homage to their original game and their original handheld for a unique little collector's item. And that's not for everybody, but for those who do get it, I think they'll rather enjoy this relic. Next, Nintendo unveiled Mario 3D Land. Now, I never played Mario 3D Land. I did not have a Wii U, like most people in the world. I didn't have a Wii U, so I think it's actually cool that they are bringing this to the Switch, because not a lot of people got to play this, because not a lot of people bought the Wii U, and the Wii U just sounds like it was a Mario and Nintendo console solely. So I think it's cool that they're bringing the games that not a lot of people got to play back to the Switch. They've been holding out on this one for a while. People have been asking for this one for so long, and I'm surprised that they're actually adding new stuff to the game. They with some of the other ports, they've added like minor DLC characters for free and stuff like that. But it seems like they're adding a good amount of story to continue on this 3D Land, which is pretty cool. Bowser's Fury, or Meowser? Is it Meowser, or is it actually Bowser? I'm not too sure, but Bowser's Fury. This looks pretty cool. It looks like a more darker, ominous kind of setting. I wonder what it is. I haven't even played the base game at all, so to see something like this that Nintendo's adding new content to their games, that's pretty cool. They're not just paying full price for a game that was released over 5 years ago. They're trying to do more, and I think that's cool. That they're not just selling it as is. I know it's going to take a while for it to come out, not coming out until next year, but I think that's just because they've been putting a lot of work into it. So I think the wait would be worth it if they're putting that much work into it. Next on the list is Super Mario 35. This looks pretty cool. This is Super Mario Bros. In the same style of Tetris 99. I'm interested to see how this works out. Mario can be competitive, so put this into a battle royale, live battle royale mode is that's gonna be sweaty. Just looking at the screen, it looks chaotic already. You got the underground levels, the Mushroom Kingdom levels. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm very curious, because this can be pretty fun if done well. If a smooth connection, no lag, this can be really good. But if you've tried playing Mario Maker online, you know how frustrating that and disgusting that lag can be. A limited time only, which I think is pretty interesting. It makes it more feel like a season event than just something you can always come back to. So I think it's cool that it's just very limited. Makes it feel more exclusive, makes it feel like a more experience, and the fact that it's free. So no one's got to pay for it. Makes it a lot more accessible for anyone to pick up and just jump right in. Now, Mario Kart Home Circuit. I do not plan on getting this one myself, but it does look like a really cool idea. The augmented reality, playing a Mario Kart game in your home, seeing your own home around the kart, being able to like put it on the big TV or play handheld, just like while the kart drives around you. I think that's pretty cool. This is a really cool idea, really cool gift for young kids around this time. You know, I think kids can have a lot of fun with this, just making any kind of circuit they want around their house. This is awesome. You know, these kids here are like building these barriers around the track, and I think that's cool. You know, I think you can put a lot of your imagination into it, and that was probably one of the best things about playing with toys as a kid. You know, you can create anything, and the fact that you can like blend the two together, toys to life in a not so gimmicky kind of way. I think that's really cool. To be able to have that. I wouldn't purchase this myself. I don't really see a need for it, but if there was a like play demo that you could just like test out at like the mall or something, I would definitely love to like check that out, see how the carts feel, just like using the Switch as the controller. I'm honestly really interested to see how like the augmented reality of these games work. If you're driving the cart and you hit the barrier really hard, does your cart in real life just like jump backwards, or if you hit like a barrier in real life, does your car in the game react? How does the game react then? I'm interested to see how these things work out, and to see if anybody plays it, see if anybody plays this on Twitch. I think that'll be a pretty cool thing to watch. You know, one thing I do wish that they had in this game, you know, I'm not even going to be getting this for myself, but one thing that I do wish they had was like a third character, maybe a more diverse character. You know, Mario and Luigi are pretty cool guys, but I don't know, if some girl wanted to get this and she didn't want to be a mustache brother, I think Toad would be a cool character as a third character, very neutral character, anyone to play as that doesn't want to have a mustache. And Peach is definitely the pick for the girls, but I know a lot of guys who are always picking Peach in Smash. You know, Peach got the moves, all right. So or even Yoshi would be awesome character. You know, I think they have to like consider a lot of it, but they don't want to make so many like of these random cards before they even know how well it performs. So I think if it does well, it's which is kind of odd because it's like a very niche kind of market thing. I think if it did well, then they might just bring a third character or so to the mix. Next, the best thing that Nintendo released a part of their 35th anniversary would have to be the 3D Super Mario Bros. No, the 3D Super Mario All-Stars. This is what I've heard the most rumors about, and I did not believe it to be true. I thought this is too good to be true. Nintendo just won't release it. It's not true. They're not gonna release it. Shouldn't get my hopes up. Because these are games that I've wanted to play. You know, Mario 64. I'm appreciative that these games actually came out at all and are going to be playable on modern hardware, high resolution, amped up, fluid frame rate, nice and smooth gameplay, and in handheld mode. That's awesome. You know, that's awesome that we get to play these games on the go, anywhere we like. Play these games on the couch, in your bed, or in the park, by the beach, in your backyard, in your front yard, which I think is pretty cool. You know, these are three quality games right here. So to be able to like get to finally play these on modern hardware without having to emulate them, that's awesome. Now, getting into the criticism, I do understand where a lot of the criticism for this collection is coming from. You know, main thing I want to point out is the price point. You know, Spyro and Crash have both released remastered trilogies in the past few years, and those games looked great. They were really brought into the new modern generation, made to look and feel great. You know, they look awesome. And for the price of $30, I'm honestly not too thrilled about the $60 price point, but I'm also not surprised either. That's just the cost of being a Nintendo fan, in all honesty. Because rarely do Nintendo games ever go on sale. Probably once a year during the holiday season, if that. But other than that, it's the full 60. And that's, I've kind of accepted it being this, like, that's just the cost of being a Nintendo fan, you know. Besides Mortal Kombat 11, which is a whole other thing in itself. The only games that I've paid $60 for, the only games that I've paid full price for are Nintendo games. Because they just don't go on sale, and I'm not going to hold my breath for that, you know. But one thing is Nintendo, they always release quality games. You know, they always like put a lot of heart and effort into games to make sure that they are worthy to be played by their fans. You know, they have a really loyal fan base, and so they always like do their best to make really quality games, and before they put their Nintendo seal of approval on there. And while all of their games aren't for everybody, they really don't make a bad game. I was honestly really hoping that they would be a true Mario in the spirit of Mario 35th and throw us a bone releasing this game for $30. That would be perfect. 3 for $30. Spyro did it, Crash did it. It makes sense, you know, that these are old games that we've all played before, or most people have played before, and to just like be generous and just like give such like a great value of 3 for $30 would be such a Mario move. Even $35 to celebrate the 35th anniversary, that would be perfect. You know, perfect value, just up in the price point by a $5 and hit the mark with that 35th anniversary. But in true Bowser fashion, it's a full 60. And even more of a Bowser move, it is a limited title. This has caused people to panic and buy this game. Probably exactly what they were hoping for by saying that it's a limited title, but they never specified it was like a short limited quantity that they would be making. They just specified that it was a limited time like sale, so they could have as many copies as they want, but people are gonna have that panic button right there and panic buy, and scalpers are gonna scalp this one up and raise the price. But I don't think Nintendo's gonna play that. They'll probably have enough stock to where scalpers don't really get leverage over the market and just kind of like ruin this game for collectors and fans, because they want people to play this game. You know, they're celebrating this character and they want people to buy their full price game, and I don't think they want to have angry fans because of like the very short limited quantity and people didn't get their physical copy. But who knows, I could be wrong, but I do think they'll print enough to at least get through the holiday season, and scarcity will probably set in around in the latter 3 months of the limited release. What is interesting though is that not only is this being pulled from store shelves and retail, but also from the digital eShop. It's going to be delisted. So you could purchase this and add it to your library and download it again if you have deleted it to save space, but you won't be able to purchase it after March 31st, which is very interesting. You know, not only do they have like a limited copies or a limited run of the titles, but just digital listing as well. And people are very hopeful that this will come back. People are like well, maybe they plan on re-releasing it in the future. That's why they're gonna take it down now. But that's giving them a bit much credit, you know. I think that's too hopeful. I think this is just a limited title, like flat out period, and it's like you're either in or you're out at this point with Mario. So I think they're just like driving home that fact, you know. But despite all the criticisms, you know, I'm really excited to get to play this game. I've never got to play Mario 64 other than one time. I think it was like was that at a McDonald's? It was like when they used to have like those console things on the wall, and you could just like play consoles at the store or stuff like that. And I got to play Mario 64 like that, and I was just like, wow, this is pretty cool. I jumped through a painting. And I was so young, but even though I did have a 64, I never got to play Mario, so I'm excited to like actually get to play that. And I love that they're preserving the quality of the game. You know, they're not just like remastering it to make it look like every other Mario title with all the updated models and textures, HD textures and stuff like that. And I appreciate this because they're really preserving the relic quality of the game. You know, this was a game that came out at the turn of the century, and it was really revolutionary for games, and by introducing like 3D mechanics and being the first to like be like a real 3D platformer, and how they reinvented the series from that point, from going from 2D side-scrolling Marios to a 3D adventure game. And that's probably the one I'm most excited for, just to like get to play that old nostalgic game, even though I never got to like even experience that for myself. But I feel the nostalgia that everyone else is pretty hyped about this game, despite all the criticism. There's a lot of really excited fans that are just like eager to get to like play these games on a Switch, on a modern system, and see what Nintendo has for offer. I'm excited to see the menu and user interface of this game, to see what kind of cool things and Easter eggs Nintendo has laid out for their fans, you know, because I hope it's not just like you start up the game and just like pick game A, B, or C. You know, I hope they have like a museum with like collectibles and unlockables and stuff like that. Really just like giving stuff to the fans, because that's what a lot of fans just like say they want. They love that kind of stuff, you know. So to be able to just like hear them out and like fulfill on that, I think that would be awesome. But one can only hope, you know. It might just be the 3 games. They're not even including a game manual, art book, or anything. They're just like, we got 3 stellar games, and you're gonna pay full price for them. And people are. And so, I don't know, say what you will, but it's kind of like you're in or you're out. I'm excited for a whole new generation of gamers who never even got to experience these games like myself, and just have a new favorite game and experience a new adventure. So I'm excited to see the new fans that will come from this.